What's up guys, Bolt here bringing you a brand new Fast and Furious car remake. In today's remake I am bringing you the 2008 Ford Mustang GT 550R Tjaarda that Malik Herzon drove in Fast and Furious, which is actually the fourth movie or fourth installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. And I know I brought out a lot of these cars earlier on. I know the G35, the Nissan Skyline, and also the Chevy Chevelle, but now we're adding in this car right here, which is the Mustang GT, and you're probably wondering why are we bringing it out. It's also part of the set, I guess you could say, because it's part of the drug runners that Braga hired for his little mission that he had. So this car appears in the movie not too frequently, but at the end, Dom's little trick saves them all, and sadly this car is one of them that goes up in flames as well. So it's kind of sad, but I mean, all the cars blow up at the end. I guess they saved their lives, so it's a good trade-off in a sense. So out of all three versions that they made for this car for the movie, there's only one that actually survived, and I'll put a link down in the description down below if you guys want to check out the video of the guy that actually owns it. Someone actually stopped him in the YouTube world and took a video with him and talked to him about it and everything, and he actually had proof of the car, so you guys can go check that out. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice looking vehicle, and honestly I'm not a big fan of the yellow color personally, but I mean it's kind of growing on me a little bit with the Mustang and how it looked, everything in real life. So now sadly the normal Dominator that has been in the game for a very long time is the best option for this build. I wish we could get an updated one, or possibly a Benny's version or something along those lines, and make it a better design for the Mustang GT. And we can make some really cool builds, like maybe even a Shelby Cobra or something along those lines as well, and maybe even make the Mustang Shelby GT 500 from Need for Speed, and a few other builds that kind of come to mind. The main one that comes to my mind actually brings me back to my childhood is Razor's Mustang GT from Need for Speed Most Wanted. It was black with flames on the hood and on the side, and this big massive wing. I mean, it looked race to all hell, but I mean, in the end, it looked really cool, and it was really memorable, and a really big influence on me, because Most Wanted was my all-time favorite Need for Speed. But anyways, back to the car. I mean, this is this is about all I can get with. So I mean, this is about the best I could do. Like I said, I wish there was a better design or a better model in the game, but this is what we had to work with. So let's just start off what we always do, which is the base price. So you want to go to the internet. You want to go up here to the Travel and Transport website. Now there's two options you can go to. If you want to, you can go to the Arena War website. Go down here to the Bible upgradable vehicles, and then you go down and find the Dominator. So now most people are probably going to have the buy it now price, which you can actually change it into any of these if you want to, but you don't need to. I mean, if you do want the trade price, you're going to need to unlock it during the Arena War Career Progress sponsorship tier rewards, which it's unlocked randomly. I don't know exactly what tier it is, but I mean, guys, just spend the $35,000. It's cheap compared to most other builds we do. It's just a couple million just for the car alone. This is just $35,000 for the car, and I mean, it's a good car to add to your collection as well with the Braga racers, what I'm going to call it. Yeah, definitely go with the buy it now price from the Arena War if you want to do that, or if you really want to, you can actually go down to the Southern San Andreas Super Auto website. Go up to the two-door option, go over here and sort by price, then go down and find the Vapid Dominator, part of the High Life update, which is a very old update if you don't know that. And then, like I said, you get the trade price and buy it now price. You pick a color, you choose which one you want or which one you're able to get. Most likely for me, buy it now. If you guys do not want to spend the $35,000, you can also find these on the street and save them from the street. So just a quick note on that as well. So you don't need to buy it at all if you don't want to. Completely up to you. But anyways, once you have your car and you have your color, meet us at the Los Santos Car Meet location. As you can see here, we have this nice little location here. Again, I think it kind of represents the street racing scene really well. It kind of gives me vibes of the Fast and Furious meetup that they do, the preliminary races and all that. It's pretty cool. And then also we are going to be changing the lights on here, so it comes in handy a little bit too. Yeah guys, let's go over and customize the beauty. As you pull in, the Vapid Dominator is in the muscle category. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It is a Mustang GT of some sort. I'm not sure exactly what year, but I mean it looks relatively close, if not almost exact, to a Mustang GT in my opinion. So as I go over in all my builds, I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design, the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything I don't go over is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in on my build. If you want to recreate my build or take some things away from my build, you're more than welcome to. But without further ado, let's get into the build. You want to start things off with the chassis. So you want to go and put on the window vents, because it did have the window vents on the side there. It kind of made it look pretty cool, and it kind of gives it more of like a retro kind of look to it, especially like older style Mustangs having them on the side as well. So definitely go with the window vents, best option there. After that, move on to the bumpers. You want to go to the front bumper. You want to keep that stock. I was actually thinking about extending it because it did have a decently like nice looking body kit, but it extends it not the greatest looking because it actually extends it with a carbon fiber bottom, which we don't want. So I would definitely keep it stock, guys. It's just the best option to go for there. After that, move on to the rear bumpers. You want to go with the painted rear bumper. The rear bumper and side skirts and front bumper was also painted the same color, all yellow. Unfortunately, I can't get that because I'm trying to get the stripe as well, and I'll go over that here in a little bit. But the painted rear bumper is the best option to go for because it was painted all one color, and it looks the best. After that, move on to the exhaust. You want to go with the stock exhaust. You don't want to go with the titanium ones because they stick out way too far. You want them to have a little bit more flush, and you also want them to be chrome, so definitely go with the stock exhaust. Best option to go for there. After that, move on to the grill. I went with the custom grill mainly because it takes the actual like badge and stuff off the front there, and we don't really actually want that on the car. So I just went with the custom grill. It looks a little weird. I don't know if those are lights or something along the lines, but they might be like high beam lights. I'm not sure. Fog lights maybe, possibly something like that. But yeah, I would definitely go with the custom grill. Best option there. After that, move on to the hood. You want to go with the stock hood. You don't want to go with the carbon fiber hood. It didn't have a carbon fiber hood. So definitely go with the stock hood. Best option to go for there. It has that nice raised up look to it, and it's what we want. So go with the stock hood. Best option there. After that, move on to the lights. You want to go to headlights. You want to go on and put the white lights on this car because it actually did have white lights. If you guys don't want to do the white lights, I can understand it. And the stock lights look fine to me as well. So if you want to go and save a little bit of money and not spend a little bit of money on the white lights for like 20 grand, you can just keep these stock lights and just keep it that way if you want. Up to you. After that, move on to the neon kits. You want to go to neon layout. It's going to be none because they didn't have a neon. Again, they kind of pushed away from the neon after the third movie. Yeah, I'll definitely go with none there. After that, move on to the plate. You want to go with a blue on white 2, and the custom plate you want to go for is 2GAT123. Again, that is 2GAT123. Now that is the custom plate that's actually on the car in the movie. It actually had a different plate on the guy one in the video, but I went for the one that was actually from the movie, so this is the one I went for. Best thing to go for again, blue and white 2, and then 2GAT123. Same respread for last. Move on to the roof. You want to go with the stock roof. It didn't have no louvers or anything on the back, and it definitely wasn't carbon, so definitely keep it nice and clean. You want that nice rear window actually be visible somewhat, even though it has tint on it. But yeah, you definitely don't want any carbon fiber roof or louvers on there, so go with the stock option, best option there. After that, move on to the skirts. I went with the custom skirts. Again, it had a decently long like style body to it. So to kind of get that, and even though it doesn't look the greatest because it does have the carbon on the side there, I just went with the custom skirts. I think it fits the best. And I mean, if you guys want, you could probably keep it stock, which again, doesn't look terrible, doesn't look great. Completely up to you if you want to keep it stock or go with the custom skirts. It's kind of, I guess, personal preference for the body style per se. So there you go. After that, move on to the spoiler. You want to go with none. Unfortunately, it's not going to get any traction, which is kind of sad because you can't add any spoilers to it. So yeah, definitely go with none. It didn't have no spoiler on it. It just looked like this mainly, and it definitely didn't have this or this. So yeah, none. Best option there. After that, move on to the suspension. I lowered this thing all the way. I went with competition. I mean, it doesn't, as you can see, it doesn't lower it very much. I mean, we want it pretty low to the ground per se, so definitely go with the competition suspension. Best option there. After that, move on to the turbo. I would definitely add a turbo. This thing's pretty slow, and also the real life car actually had a supercharger in it. I mean, the best thing we could do is at least add a turbo to this. So that's what I would go with. After that, move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type. You want to go to the sport category. You want to go to the chrome rims, and you want to go with the Oozer rims. Now these I think fit the best. They have the same number of spokes. They're not like kind of spaced out a little bit. They actually fan out and then actually go in towards the tire, which is actually what we want. And they also come in fully chrome, and they look the closest to the ones that are actually on the real life car, in my opinion. If you guys have any better options, please let me know. I'll check them out and I'll give you my take. And if you actually have a better option, it'll definitely go in top 10 comment. But for right now, I say the Sport Chrome Oozer rims are the best options to go for the rim. From there, move on to the wheel color. They're going to be chrome, so you don't have to worry about changing that or doing anything on there. After that, move on to the tires. You want to go to tire design. You just want to go to the stock tires. Didn't have no custom tire text on there, so don't worry about adding or changing anything on there. After that, move on to the tire enhancements. I would definitely either go with standard tires or bulletproof tires, which I get GT Online. Bulletproof tires is pretty much a must for most people. But I mean, if you're making it a collector car, I would definitely go with the standard tires. Low grip tires make no sense. It doesn't drift, and it wasn't drifting. And it was mainly a street racing car, so bulletproof tires or standard tires, up to you. After that, move on to the tire smoke. You just want to go with the white tire smoke. I don't see a point in changing this. Last for the respray is windows. You want to go with a nice dark limo tint. It had a really dark tint. I would say if you want to not go with the super dark limo tint, next best thing you can go for is a dark smoke. Me personally, I'm going with the limo tint. It gives a more street racing looking vibe to it, and it just looks really sick. And it matches with the stripe and everything I have on there as well. So there you go. All right, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. All right, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car and my primered out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds. That way you know what colors I'm going to be doing for the LC color and custom crew color. There is a custom crew color on here, but you can honestly, legitly use just the LC color if you wish. It doesn't look all that bad. It actually looks pretty decent. But I mean, the main body is LSC. So we're going to start off with the LC color first. You want to go to the classics. You want to go down to the yellows. And you want to find the race yellow. It was a nice bright yellow, and this is exactly what we want. We don't want the yellow because it gives a little bit more of like a orangish kind of yellow to it. We definitely want that bright race yellow on there, so definitely go with that right there. Make sure it is classic because you don't want to shine on your secondary either, so definitely go with the classic option. After that, move on to the secondary color. You want to go to classics, and you want to go up to the black. Apply that just like that. Now this is going to give your kind of like stripe kind of look to it, as well as the side stripes on there as well. It is going to paint the bottom bumper, which if I could, I would actually paint it all the same color. And I mean, if you guys really want to, and you completely want to, you actually can make it all race yellow if you want. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty cool, and it kind of gives a good design to it. I mean, it gives like the body style, the body look to it. You might even be able to actually add on the front bumper as well if you want. Me personally, I don't like this look because it doesn't have the stripe. It doesn't have like the stripe on the side and all that. So what I'm going for is black. I mean, it just fits in my opinion. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Would you go with a black secondary, or would you actually go with a race yellow secondary? I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section down below. That is the LSC color done. Again, very viable, very cheap, very easy to make, and it's a very cool looking car overall. But if you want a little bit better of a black, and I know people are probably annoyed by this color already, it's pure black. I will put the links down in the description below for the hex code and RGB, as well as on screen right now. So you'll see the color change in 3, 2, 1. All it does is it make it a little bit more black. That's it. Fairly noticeable on this car. A lot of cars it actually is noticeable, very much so, but this one not as much. So if you want to go with the pure black, you're more than welcome to. If you want to just go with a classic black, you're more than welcome to. Completely up to you. I would highly recommend, though, definitely not going with any kind of pearlescent on the car, because you do not want a pearlescent to shine on here at all. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's how you recreate the 2008 Ford Mustang GT 550R Tjaarda that Malik Herzon drove in Fast and Furious. It's like one of the very last cars for the Braga drug runners cars that I haven't built yet. Now, there may be a secret hidden car that I'm going to upload as well, and you may see that in the future at some point. But as of right now, this is the last one. This will complete your collection for now, I should say, quote unquote. Yeah, overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. Again, I wish we had a better build for it. I wish we had a better design for it. Better customization as well. This thing is really outdated, but it is the best option to go for the build. So let's go back to our parking spot. Alright, now that we're outside, we're going to do a little spin for you guys real quick. As you can see, that nice bright yellow, like all over the car. It's amazing looking. Plus you got the black stripes around the front and the sides, and then you also have the chrome rims. It just fits. I'm sorry, but it just fits. I know the bottom looks like it's like all black, which I'm not a big fan of, and maybe I'll even change my mind if people vote more towards, all yellow body than the black stripe. But I feel like the black stripe, it just needs to be there, and there's no other better option to go for than doing a secondary. Anyways, let's go for a little bit of a drive. Rip it up in some American muscle. I will say that this is like one of the better sounding muscle cars too. It just has a really good sound. It sounds like it has a supercharger and a turbo at times, but it is a really good sounding car overall. Like, I really enjoy this car a lot. Too bad it doesn't have the power and the performance and the customization that we actually need for certain builds that we could do in game. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave comments down in the comment section down below for what build you'd like to see next. Make sure you guys do leave comments down there. I do love conversating and talking with you guys down in the comment section down below. It's my favorite thing to do on the channel. Links are down in the description below for Twitter, Discord, and the crew. Free to join, free to leave anytime you wish. And with all that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day/night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love and support, as always, guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'll catch you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.